All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Mountain Man Monday. This is live stream episode number 51. Today is November the 2nd, 2020. I want to welcome everyone that's going to join me live this evening to have a fun chat here as we do every Monday. And those of you that might be watching later, hello to you as well. Please feel free to leave comments below. Chat with us tonight if you would like to. And as always, all the live streams are archived under the live stream playlist on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. So again, a nice warm welcome to everyone this evening. Happy to be here. Going to get this week kicked off. And we are now, if you think about it, kind of into the thick of the holiday season. We just had Halloween a few days ago. Fall is here. The cooler temperatures are here. We got Thanksgiving, toward the latter part of this month, roll on to Christmas, New Year's, and then 2021. It happens so quickly. So it always happens so quickly because every year it comes to like January 2nd. And I'm like, how quickly did that go? Those 2 months, really, November and December, it goes so quickly. And so it's always nice to just kind of pump the brakes and enjoy every day. Of course, we should do that all the time anyway, with no matter what time of the year it is. Don't want to rush through anything. But in particular, a lot of people do seem to enjoy the holidays, keeping it in check to make sure it doesn't get absolutely crazy and make it a stressful event. But it's always nice to kind of slow down and enjoy this time of the year, which I think naturally happens anyway, because as it gets cooler, depending on what part of the country you're in, but normally in a lot of places, it gets cooler. So kind of cozy. We got the hour change this past weekend, so it gets darker earlier. You think about, warming up by the fireplace, kind of old traditional wintertime kind of stuff to do, or, getting high energy, going out, doing winter sports and skiing and, whatever that has to entail, getting out in the mountains. There's probably less people out there because it's cooler. So that offers an opportunity to be able to hike in places a little more with ease, because maybe there aren't the crowds and such like that. So things are fantastic. So with that, let's check in and see who is here this evening. First across the finish line, we got Chad, start line. We got Chad Lovelace. Good evening, Mr. Mountain, everyone. It's been a few weeks. Happy to be back in here. Happy to have you, Chad. I know you mentioned you have to work often, as we all do. I'm always appreciative to be able to carve out a little bit of time in the evening on Mondays from a very hectic life. And I want to make mention for all of you that have a hectic life, are busy with family and work and job and house and this and that. You never have to feel like you have to be here. I hope this is a place of like an oasis to have a little bit of fun. And I know that everybody is pushing hard, especially those with family and kids, such as myself, always busy, but glad to have you here, Chad. Very, very cool. We got Lily here. Hello, can't stay. Sorry, no apology needed. I'm glad that you're here. I'm sorry for you because you're going to miss all the fun chat. So I hope things are going well. And I'm sure your neck of the woods is beautiful right there, right now, probably way past, any kind of peak fall. And you might even be in the snow. Let us know if you are hanging on. Tim is here. Hey, Tim, always great. Another regular. Hello, Mr. Mountain Man. Hope you're having a fantastic week. I am. I can't complain. We're just getting it rolling. This is the start of my week traditionally. Speaking, with work and everything. And so it's going well. I can't complain. How are you doing? Hopefully it's going well. It is time. But, we should do let's get ready to rumble. You enjoy that? That probably came through nicely on the mic. I'm checking my gain right here. Make sure I didn't blow your ears out. It is time for Mr. Mountain Man Monday. Let's see if I got Hi, Mr. Mountain Man. Hello to you, Foxy Wolf. Always wonderful having you here. Did you get any rain yet? Let us know. I think about that from time to time. Let's see. Who did I miss? Going through. Howdy. Do you guys know what that's from? Howdy. That's Toy Story. Woody said that. Howdy. Adriana LaSure, evening. How was Halloween the weekend? It was nice. Here in the Carolinas, it got cooler, but it didn't rain. Last year, it was almost rained out. Kids enjoyed trick-or-treating. Everything was fun. Just a real nice weekend. Everybody got dressed up and had a good time. So yeah, I, again, just enjoy all that. It's interesting because we had some really good friends when we lived in Florida that we always got together with in the neighborhood that I really miss having that tradition. But I much prefer that it's the more stereotypical weather here of the fall and the leaf change and all of that happening. Speaking of which, it is interesting. I saw a picture from Halloween a year ago, and then this year, because Zeta came through. If you're not familiar, depending on where you're from, Zeta was a tropical storm that went through last week. For here, it wasn't terrible. We did get some downed trees, and not us personally, but people did. But what it did was any last color in the trees, shoom, it was all gone. And so I saw a picture from a year ago on October for Halloween. There was a lot of colors left in the trees on the pictures I took on Halloween on October 31st. This year, it looks like we're already at December, because when that storm came through, it took everything out of it. And by the way, for those of you that listened to the live stream or heard it last week, and I still have the video to put out there, but I went to Tail of the Dragon. I cannot tell you how fortunate I was to go last Monday, because that was it as far as nice weather. Monday, it held on. There was a lot of color left, or at least enough to enjoy. Beautiful drive. I have some photos I have to put on Instagram to show you. They're amazing. It was just awesome. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I think Friday, it rained, the weather wasn't any good. It blew all the leaves away. I'm telling you, I got the last day that was really super awesome. Very thankful for that last week. So yes, the weekend was good. Tim says, I'm not a fan of the time change. There are two camps to that whole, well, there's probably three or maybe more. There are people with a strong body clock that wake up at the exact same time every day and go to bed at the same time every day. I think we talked about this before, and I'm not one of them. I adjust very easily. In fact, I had also mentioned this story about when I went to Manila, which has a 12-hour difference. You can't get more of a difference than that. I mean, you go to Europe, it's like 6, no, 12, flip the clock. I had no problem. I immediately adjusted. I didn't even take me a day. That's pretty cool. Kind of. The downside is I do get a little annoyed sometimes because I'm able to sleep in and have these sleep patterns that are inconsistent. That drives me crazy sometimes. That's one camp. So it's the two camps. You either have the body clock or you don't. So the people who have the body clock tend to not like it because they wake up at the wrong time. And it's crazy. And then there's the people that it doesn't bother, like me. But there's probably a third camp that forget about the sleep pattern. They just don't like when it gets dark early. Or, which I don't like. I don't really like it getting dark at like 5:45, 6 o'clock. But I do appreciate that it gets lighter earlier in the morning for people who have to drive at that time of the day. I just think it's a little bit safer, especially if there's inclement weather. Let me know what you think. Hey, child, we are here. Hello, Mom and Dad. I hope you're doing well. And let us know how you're doing. Hello. I can't hear you. Did you say something back? No. Holiday season is upon us. Brisk weather, trees are losing all their clothes. Yes, I'm a little late on some of these comments, so you've heard my my comments on that. That yes, it did blow through, and just take everything off. Happy Monday, Mr. Mountain, and all. Happy Monday to you, living like Larry, and hope things are well up in your neck of the woods in North Central Ohio. Rita. Hello, Mr. Mountain. I hope you didn't have any damage from all the rain. No, thankfully, personally, the answer is no. We did get a lot of rain, but it didn't hurt anything. You know what was funny? I told you guys like 2-3 months ago, we had a tree out of nowhere fall over, but it was from rot and it was huge. And it was not the one in the video I did. It was a massive tree, like large trunk. I had to use the chainsaw, cut it up. Thankfully it didn't hit the house, but, that happened with like no storm at all. But then we get these storms and it didn't do anything. So I'm very, very happy that, we were unscathed. Yeah. David Cantrell, hello, Mr. Mountain. Your Steelers are rolling 7-0. I tell you what, I am super happy. ecstatic and speechless. Speechless that I just like, it's like, wow, we had such a stinky few last seasons. For those that aren't aware, Pittsburgh Steelers are undefeated and the only team in the NFL right now. I know how it goes. The season is long, so, I'm not getting ahead of myself. The only thing that I'm worried about NFL season this year is the pandemic. It's causing a lot of interruptions to the NFL season. And my concern is that if the Steelers did go through and win out and win, and we're grateful enough to win the Super Bowl, it'd be amazing, that there'd be an asterisk in the history books that would say like pandemic year, almost like if you look back at like baseball during World War II, like it wasn't a real season because all the players weren't there, kind of thing like that. I'm wondering if there'll be excuses to whatever the champion is this year that, that wasn't a real season, there were so many interruptions. But regardless, yes, I'm very happy. Although my stress level in the game was pretty high yesterday. I'll definitely play catch up later. Absolutely. That's the beautiful thing about this. It's on YouTube and you can catch up. Everybody can catch up. Again, hello to the people that are watching later, back in time, forward in time, whatever. As you can see, I'm wearing a long sleeve sweater. Isn't that that's unusual for me, right? I mean, it's like, it's not cold here. According to my little temperature thing here, where I am, it's 70.1 degrees. But it's cold outside. It is right now, currently, it's like high 30s. Yeah, high 30s, supposed to get down to freezing tonight. Now, for certain parts of the country, that's no big deal. Like, I think Chad, if he's still here, he was from Wisconsin. I thought he said, anyway, they're probably in the teens. But for the Carolinas, that's pretty chilly this time of the year. I think our normal lows are 40s at night. So that's freezing tonight. So that's pretty cool. Pun intended. Yeah. So go Steelers, you bet. Go Steelers. I was going to give you guys a call last night, but well, you know how it is getting ready for bed and all this, the circus that goes on around here. It turned cooler today, but no to the rain. Oh, I'm sorry, Foxy. I hope you do get some. It's weird going into the winter with a drought, because you can't tell as much because, you're not seeing it directly in the vegetation. And yes, hello again to David and Larry and Smoky Mountain Hikers here. Oh, wait. Buckeyes, OHIO. Yes, I'm having a great year. 2-0 on the Buckeyes, 7-0 on the Steelers. I'm just very, very pleased. It's awesome. Awesome. Smoky Mountain Hiker, hello, Mr. Mountain Man, all in chat. Hope you and everyone had a great Halloween. We did. I was just talking about it. Weather was good. Enjoyed it. Family went trick-or-treating, very nice. Didn't have any rain, thankfully. Hope you had a good Smoky Mountain Hiker. Were you with like Will and Dawn? Did you go to Dollywood, or what did you, or did you just hang out? I've been a little bit behind, so I don't know if I missed it. I apologize. But I hope you're doing well, and thank you for joining us tonight. Always great to have Smoky Mountain Hiker here. Check out Smoky Mountain Hiker on Instagram and YouTube, his channel, obviously for hikes, but also beautiful pictures from the Blue Ridge and Great Smoky Mountains. Also just a really cool dude. Let's see. Hey, we got Angela here. Hello, y'all. Hello all to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Let us know how you're doing. We got Jennifer Rathbone, another WNCer here with me. Hi, Mr. Mountain Man. Hello to you as well. I hope you had a great week and a nice weekend and everything's going well with you. Let us know how you're doing. I like cooler because I like cool. I like cooler because I like cooler, but it cuts down on moving snakes. Yeah, snakes. I don't like, I know my mom doesn't like snakes. I'm not a big fan. We got some weird ones down in Florida when we were down there. One time in the backyard, one was going across the yard like this, like with its head. I'm talking like up, like, like something. It's crazy. But I do own a Mustang Cobra, which you guys know. So the car. So you keep it to the badge on the car, right? Let's see. Halloween was probably the nicest Halloween weather-wise we've had in a while in Wisconsin. Back and forth weather, with this week being very mild for this time of the year. It is weird because usually the fronts that come from the north take several days and then make it to us. So if Minnesota, Wisconsin, and up in that way is cold, we're a few days away. And if it dips low enough, then we get that same cold. But it is weird when we're cooler than up there, but that's also things to come. If milder weather's coming through, then we get it. I'm not a weatherman. I'm just saying when I watch the guy in the news, that's what ends up happening. But that's awesome that you had great weather, because I know up there, I'm sure it's hit or miss, whether it's just super cold. And the problem with the kids with that is, they got some outfit that's really cool and neat, and then they got to put on a huge coat on top of it and a hat. And of course, all the people handing out candy, nobody cares. Everybody's very polite and nice, but the kid wants to show off their costume and stuff like that. So I feel sad for that. I don't like it getting dark earlier. Yeah, it kind of stinks. I remember I worked, sometimes I used to work in a building that had no windows. I would go into work early in the morning and then come out at night and it was already dark. And that was kind of depressing. Hey, the Wandering Wheels. So hello. In my real life job, I work swing shift. I'm always used to time changing quickly. Yeah, that's good to be agile and flexible like that. I think it is really a nice, kind of nice inherited skill to have. But again, sometimes I get a skill or attribute trait, whatever you want to call it. But I do sometimes wish I would be more on a clock regimented for working. Nope, get off work and it's dark in an hour. Yeah, I know. And you know what? If you want to do anything outside, whether that's work or fun or whatever, I mean, that makes it tough. I mean, think about it. In the summer, you can get off work. Maybe you want to wash your car, mow the grass, go for a nice long walk, or I don't know. You got to do something around the house or wherever you live. And, it's just very limiting. It's just dark. We are actually getting remnants of Zeta, very high winds and heavy rain, power bumps. So I may not get back if we lose power. Okay. I hope things are going well. That stinking Zeta has been a pain in the rear. Hope it goes out to the Atlantic Ocean and gets out of your way. And you're doing okay. Patricia, hello, everyone. Hello to you. Always love that avatar. How pretty is that? Just super awesome. Hope you're doing well. Let us know how you are doing. I had some critter attack my front yard Sunday night, digging it up, chew through the roots, mounds of dirt everywhere. Now my puppies want to stand guard, especially my little badger type puppers. Let me ask you a question. Was it a mole? Because I have moles from time to time in my yard, and they drive me bananas. And I have tried everything: the traps, the buzzers, and these little gummy worms from the exterminator that you put down in the holes, and they're supposed to eat, and it's supposed to take care of them. They are a pain in the rear. It digs these canals that puffs up the grass, and then you got these holes, and you got to go walk on your grass with boots to push the grass back down. It's annoying. It snowed here yesterday. Not much, but still snowed, down to 25 last night. Yeah, now, Larry, in Sandusky there, Upper Sandusky, pardon me. It's always reversed, and I just have to think about that for a second. Do you get the snow belt snow? Are you too many miles outside? I know the lake effect snow, excuse me. You're probably a little too far south, right? Because I know it's a drastic drop off from that wind blowing off the lake. Let me know. I'm in the low 70s instead of high 80s here, so that's cooler to me. That's nice weather. Glad that it is tapering off there. 44 right now. 44 in Wisconsin. Yeah, we're in the I keep looking at my phone. We're in the mid 30s right now. So that's that's crazy, But I mean, we are at elevation, so that's cool. Hey, we got AAA here, Art Abandonment Ventures. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you are well. I hope you are well. Thank you for joining, and glad to have you here this evening. Let us know how you're doing. Good to see you. It's been a while. We've had a couple of nights in the 30s, but it's starting to warm back up. Yeah. You know what? This is the time of the year too that, you got to watch out in general, because we even get it. Like, there was a day last week, it was 80 degrees here, and then a front came through, and then the lows were in the 30s. That's when like I think I mentioned before, you get a cold or flu, like the old fashioned type, because just the change in weather. It's like, oh, I'm going to wear shorts today. No, I'm not. We do have them here in my area, but it looks like a plow has been in my front yard. Last time I had big holes and diggings, it was a gopher. Oh, a gopher. Okay. Oh, I stayed home. I decided not to get in the crowd. Yeah. And that's smart too, Smoky Mountain Hiker. Just to hang back and relax. That's super awesome. Let's see. Todd Arico. Hello, Mr. Mountain Man at all. Was in the area camping 2 weeks ago. Incredible weather and fall colors. Yeah, 2 weeks ago was amazing. 2-3 weeks ago. Just let me tell you guys something. The recipe for the fall in the mountains was A+ in 2020. So for all the crap that's been going on this year, the weather and the fall was beautiful, brilliant colors, beautiful. I mean, bright contrasts of reds, yellows, greens, orange, all that stuff. It was super nice. And again, those cold nights in Septembers and sunny days, it really helped. So very nice. And again, as I was mentioning, a couple people came in late. I'm just so grateful I got to go on that motorcycle ride last Monday, because that was it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, weather stunk. Zeta came through, blew all the leaves off the trees. It just got really cold. That Monday I went, the highs were in maybe the low, right around 70, maybe high 60s. It was just great stuff. Too many people in Gatlinburg without a mask for Halloween for my likings. I'm with you there, Foxy Wolf. I know that has been, a very controversial subject. That's very unfortunate. That it is. I remain light in my dialogue on it, other than I side with science, not Facebook memes. And so I'm in that camp as well. If you ever hear me on my new videos and you hear me mumbling if I'm doing a video and it's like, today I'm gonna, it's probably because I have a mask on, and what place that I'm in. Yeah, life changes. Had to accept not walking out of here, so I will be learning how to use transfer board. Oh, okay. Well, I hope you're doing all right. I know you were talking to Foxy, but just wanted to say that. Hey, Mike, hope you're doing well down in the swamps of Florida. Let us know how you're doing. We're bragging about how it's getting, bragging. I don't know if that's bragging or not. We're just enjoying the fall weather. And it's like winter now. Show the Mountain Monday Night Love for Mr. Mountain Man, and smash. Whoops. And hit the like and the subscribe. All right. And ring that bell and join all these lovely people here every Monday for Mountain Man Monday. I was going to ask you, I've been meaning to ask you a question, Foxy, and all the moderators. Okay, one or two questions. Either you have to let me know, because the software that I'm using with StreamYard, two things. I'm always behind, and it doesn't have great moderating tools. So I do trust on the moderators. One, I know we don't get a ton of people in these live streams, and that's no big deal. But are you guys having to clean up anything on occasion? Are we getting any trolls? Or are we just really been clean lately and we just haven't had any problems? Have you guys had to delete anything or do anything, or we're not getting any of that nonsense? I was just curious. It really doesn't matter. I was just wondering, because I never see anything, and that's A+. If that's, sorry, I'm trying to get back in focus here. You guys know me. I start waving my hands around and then the camera gets out of shape. But let me know, moderators, please, if how that's going. Just curious. Hey, Mr. Mountain and everyone in the chat. I hope you had a great weekend and have a great week. You as well. Yes. And we did. We had a great weekend. Trick or treat was fun. The mountains have been beautiful. I mean, other than Zeta coming through like we were talking about, it was kind of stinky with the weather and all that stuff and some of the extra rain. And so, but yeah, no complaints. I hope you're doing well. I hope things are going well. It's a nice time of the year. Yeah, mom does not like snakes. Yeah, that's not fun. Howdy, all about the Smokies. Hello to you as well, Bob. I hope you're doing well and enjoying the fall. And again, I always every time somebody comes in here, just saying whose channel I know about, all about the Smokies. Check them out. See some great content over there in East Tennessee and surrounding areas. A+. Good job. AAA says Possum took ours. I think it's talking about the yard. Sorry, I'm scrolling and I'm seeing here. Whatever's in my yard is chewing through multitudes of roots. That's interesting. Interesting. I don't know if the moles, they're pain, but they're more in mind about the grass than the roots. I will tell you that the deer eat the heck out of plants. I mean, my goodness, they don't, there's no let up. We get some of it, but not much. It mostly stays up north. That's in reference to my question about the lake effect snow. Okay. Interesting. Cause I know that makes it really tough for moving around. My dad's in Michigan. They woke up to an inch of snow this morning. Yes. Yes. It'll be interesting to see what kind of winter we get here in the mountains this year. A few years ago, we got a ton of snow. That one time we got like 18 inches. It was awesome. Really had a lot of fun. Then last year we just got a couple, and it didn't stay cold long enough to really keep the snow. Let's see. AAA, keep you in my prayers. Everyone keep AAA in your prayers. Yeah, he has some bad medical knocks and really needs us to rally behind him. Absolutely. Art of Abandonment Adventures, AAA. That's when we say AAA, that's who we're talking about. I hope things are going well for you. I mean, and will continue to go well. Nippy down here in Florida, lows in the 50s at night. Yeah, for Florida, that can be pretty chilly. I have not seen anything myself so far. Oh, thank you, Smoky Mountain Hiker, as far as the trolls. So thank you for letting me know. I have not had any issues in several weeks. Everyone seems to know and accept the rules you have set forth. Yeah, I mean, everybody here, I mean, let me level set on that. You know, this is my channel, is not intended for children, but I'm not exactly, having a full on, rated R or anything crazy, nonsense here, but it's a pretty, whatever people want to talk about, is pretty good. I do try to kind of keep it away. I really do want to keep it away from politics and some of the controversial subjects. The reason being is not that we couldn't have an intellectual conversation here. The problem is, as you all know, I'm telling you what you already know, the landscape these days is very difficult to have any meaningful conversations. Plus, being that I'm Mr. Mountain Man, I don't really think that topic jives well. So I think there's some terrific people in here that could have an interesting conversation, but I just don't think this is the arena. If you're interested in that kind of thing, there's a whole bunch of places and limited on the internet. But for here, I just don't think that's the niche that we want to get into. I don't think it would be like a happy Mountain Man Monday. I mean, sometimes we talk about, not so fun topics like hurricanes and bad stuff tearing things up or things closing or bankruptcies. I mean, not everything is roses and sunshine, but the highly controversial subjects, I don't want to get, my purpose here is not to get onto Mountain Man Monday and start offending people or having people get offended or just leave kind of upset. I don't know. That wouldn't be too much fun. So while I recognize there are probably some terrific minds here and excellent people to discuss current events, I just don't know. And now, aside from that, just wild out there spam and trolling. That's what I was curious if there was any of that kind of stuff. But anyway, thank you for running a tight ship, moderators, even for our small community. But I think it's awesome. Audio and video are looking good tonight. Thank you. I went around and I said, shut it all down. I need 100% of the internet. And so I think that's working okay. How's North Carolina, Mr. Mountain Man? North Carolina is just great. I mean, in Western North Carolina, mountains are pretty. You heard me talk some about the leaves are gone now. We're getting, we're talking about winter and wintertime temps. It's just nice. No complaints, and have had a really nice fall. So yeah, North Carolina is one. Now, outside the mountains, this is a wonderful state too. North Carolina in general has a ton to offer. Talk about diversity of geography. You've got, it's one of those awesome states that, not unlike California. I'm not saying it's like California, but I'm saying we've got mountains on the west side and we've got the beach on the east side. And then you've got major metropolitan areas like Charlotte and Raleigh with Triangle Park and all that kind of stuff. There's a real mix of things to do and see in North Carolina. I mean, somebody could make a 7-day vacation in North Carolina, travel all around the state and just do numerous things. It's a wonderful place to visit and obviously to live as well. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, North Carolina is doing great. Yeah, the rain and flooding was bad, but it's so pretty with the pretty fall mountain colors. Yes. Now, where you all are over there, just a little bit west of where I am, are you guys holding on to any color? Because the storm just blew. Well, I don't want to say everything, but it's down to the last 15% of the leaves. Let us know how it is your way. I would have figured it would have been pretty much the same. Hey, Faye, how's it going? Always nice to have you here. Faye has a great channel as well on YouTube. Check her out. Was it Sunshine Woodworking? And we just have a lot of great folks that join us. Faye, I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a great start to your week. Let us know how you are doing. It was 11 degrees on Mount LeConte this morning. Burr, I love that Smoky Mountain hiker. I often look at the temperatures currently at Mount Pisgah, Mount LeConte, Mount Mitchell is probably the one I look at the most, and it's crazy. I mean, if you want to chase the weather, because you're really not Smoky Mountain hiker only, I'm talking about anybody who's like let's say you go on a vacation to Asheville or Gatlinburg or somewhere here in North Carolina or whatever in the mountains, and you're like, oh, I came in for a wintertime cabin getaway with the family, but it's 60 degrees. Well, you might be at 2,000 feet elevation. Get in the car and go up to 6,000 feet. If you don't see snow, which you might not, you're at least going to get down into the 30s or 20s. You're going to drop 20, well, if I said 60, but depends on what time of the day, but you could drop, 20 plus degrees going way up in those elevations. So it's always awesome. I really like, I don't know why I get so amused by that. I mean, you've seen from the last video I put out there, cold burr, 30s in the summer. I just think it's really cool. Yeah. Praise for AAA for sure. For sure. We had our first snow flurries of the season last night. Ooh, that's cool. I don't know where you are, Wandering Weasel, and you don't have to say, but wherever you are, that's really super cool. I have moles, and it looks like yours has been tilled up when they're active. Tell me about it. I try to find a silver lining, like, well, maybe I don't have to aerate the yard this year because they're taking care of it. But the honest to goodness is if you work really hard on your grass and those little boogers come in there, they are destructive and a pain in the rear. I'm hoping there isn't any snow down there over Thanksgiving. I really want to check out Mount Mitchell and Asheville. Yeah. Yeah. So that time of the year, there really isn't, usually there's no snow. So they are pretty, liberal. I'm not using that in any kind of political sense, liberal in shutting down the parts of the Blue Ridge Parkway because Smoky Mountain hiker can correct me if I'm wrong on one of these facts, but from what I know, they just don't spend a lot of money plowing or if there's snow or ice. The Blue Ridge Parkway is like a nice to have. And so if it gets inclement, they just close those gates at different intervals and wait till it can melt or they can manage it. They're not into like, well, people aren't going to get to work or school unless we plow the parkway. I could be wrong on that, but from what I understand, they're, if it gets a little bit, inclement, they just shut it down, but not in November. You're not going to probably see that in November. That's more like January. In fact, my video from Mount Mitchell last year was December the 30th, I think. And in Asheville, it was 62 degrees. So that's crazy, right? And then we went up to Mount Mitchell, it was like in the 30s. Yeah, that is cool. High quality content leads to high quality subscribers. Amen, everyone. Yeah, thanks, Todd. Appreciate that. How far behind am I? 8:41, 6 minutes. All right, let's see here. Agreed, Todd. Thank you. Appreciate that. You guys are very, very nice. I like the topics on here. Just a happy Monday conversation. Yes. Florida got a small cold snap. So nice. Yeah, I remember living in Florida one time. If I told this story, sorry, but it did actually kind of snow one January or February. And I collected as much as I could from the mulch and made a snowball and put it in the freezer and kept it in there for like 8 months. That was nuts. It basically turned into an ice ball, but that was pretty crazy. Definitely always enjoy getting away from reality in these Monday chats. Thanks for the good conversation. Yes. So again, I know there's a lot of good folks here and we could talk more than just, what's happening, at the nearest, the Blue Ridge Parkway or something like that. But, we'll keep it. I don't want to say completely light, but we'll stay away. We'll veer away from watching half our audience drop because somebody got upset. Was in Hendersonville last week for the summer. For a week last summer. Love it. Hendersonville's beautiful. South of Asheville, about 25 minutes. Did the Apple Festival video there. I'm in Hendersonville a lot. The whole in Hendersonville, Asheville area, you're kind of intermingled. So you drive around in these areas a lot. And so beautiful place. Doing great here. Was working on building my desktop CNC after work, so I lost track of time tonight. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Desktop CNC, a CNC cutting machine, Faye? Is that what you're doing? I know you're into a lot of 3D printing and stuff and woodworking, so that's really cool. It's a great hobby. North Carolina is great. I love it here. Hardly any leaves after the storm, but we have a couple trees that are turning late in our yard. That's nice. Yeah. The tree scientist, it's slipping my mind what their name is. I've read it in several articles, but you're exactly right, Sarah. There are certain trees that turn earlier versus later, and so that's what helps some of that length, and that's really cool. Love going to the WNC Farmers Market. Yeah. The Western North Carolina Farmer Market is in Fletcher or Arden. Anyway, it's by the airport, and I think that's the one you're talking about. And that's where they also have the WNC fair in September, although they didn't have it this year because of the pandemic. They also have like animals there sometimes, like horse shows and stuff. It's kind of like anytime you have like that outdoor agriculture center, it's kind of like an outdoor convention center. So it's like the opposite. It's like it's like instead of having indoor events, it's like anything related outdoor can be done at the ag center. Hey, Kentucky Girl and everyone in the chat. I can't stay long tonight. I thought I'd pop in for 15 minutes. Well, great to have you here, Kentucky Girl. I hope things are going well in your neck of the woods and you're having a great start to your week. Like and dislike about Western North Carolina. You ask great questions, by the way. I love these questions. What do I like about Western North Carolina? Of the mountains in the United States, I love the Blue Ridge Mountains because the mountains are covered in, the foliage, the trees, the vegetation. I like green mountains more than stone mountains. So I've been out to the Rockies before, and while they're a sight to see and much higher, I prefer, instead of the rock stone type formation of mountains, I like the tree types. So the views and the coziness of the mountains is beautiful. I like the culture and diversity and things to do in Asheville, the Blue Ridge Parkway, the people, the food, the proximity to fun things like whether it's Gatlinburg, the beach, Charlotte, other areas, a lot there. Dislike, not a whole lot. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it took a lot of years to end up here. This was a desire. So, I don't have much to gripe about it. I mean, in this weird inverse way, one of the things I would hope that doesn't happen, I don't know if this is a dislike. I don't want to see it get overpopulated. I've lived in cities, and when I'm in a city, I'm all about it. Like when I lived in Charlotte or near Orlando, or I grew up in Columbus, you got everything. You got the outer belt, you got multiple suburbs, you got downtown, you got, it's just everything's there for you. And that's awesome. But I don't want to be full out country mode, urban. I'm sorry, rural, excuse me. Rural, like in the middle of nowhere, but I do like the quaintness. But the only thing that's happening with Asheville is the secret's out. It's not a secret anymore. And so everybody is flocking here. You're getting a ton of retirees, and you're getting what are called halfbacks. So a lot of people from New England area and up north moved to Florida because of obvious reasons. They're tired of shoveling snow. They don't like where they've lived their whole life. They go on a few vacations. They love the pink flamingos and everything Florida and the palm trees. And they move down there. And after however many years, they kind of find out, it's really hot. It's not exactly maybe the culture I liked. As a tangent of a tangent of a tangent, when I lived in Florida, you would get a lot of people from like New York and New Jersey that wanted to apply their culture to Florida. They'd come down and in New York, we did it like this. In New Jersey, we did it like this. In New York, it was like this. In New York, it was like this. It was like, we'll go back to New York then, because this is Florida, and Florida has its Florida ways. And I think that's what people should do anywhere, is you adhere to the culture that exists rather than implying your own, or imposing, excuse me. So, but these people that have moved from New England down to Florida, they say it's too much, but I don't want to move back to New York. So they moved to North Carolina halfway back. So you get a lot of halfbacks, you get a lot of retirees. I just don't want it to get overcrowded because I've had my years with the heavy traffic and the craziness and the city smog and all that stuff. It's nice to have a little bit quieter, kind of medium size. So I don't want to say that's a dislike. It's just something I won't care for if that ends up happening. So I hope that helped you. Great question. And because of that great question, I have gotten a little bit behind again. Let me catch back up. I always like to watch temperature changing, starting in Cherokee and going up across the mountain. Me too, in the car. When it starts to drop, that's a lot of fun. You are right about the Parkway. That is in reference to me talking about that they're very, there's a little bit of ice, shut her down. And so, but November, I don't think you have any problem living like Larry. Kentucky girl says, fuck Swift, been able to get anywhere to see trees changing. I just watched it again earlier. That's on the maybe the mountain one. Did you? The summer? Thank you. That's super awesome. By the way, that's a quick note to anybody who's new to the channel. Make sure to click on the videos tab on the Mr. Mountain Man channel, whether on mobile or big web, and scroll back through and watch some of the older videos if you haven't checked them out. They're all pretty decent quality. I mean, I'm saying that on my own. I always like to improve over time. But I don't have hundreds of videos, but I have enough to enjoy that. And there'll be more to come. It's just, it's been really, really busy lately. I'm going to go on another tangent here for a minute. I've been watching a couple of other I watch YouTube like you guys do. And this week I watched 2 different channels, and both of them completely unrelated. The long and the short of it is on both channels, the person was basically saying they were stressed out about YouTube because they were, they had so much going on in life with family and work and this and that. And they felt pressure to always be producing. Now you guys might be laughing at me like, yeah, Mr. Mountain Man, you only come out with a video every 2 or 3 weeks. But I never want to get in the zone where I feel pressure to do it. There are just days when I'm so tired from everything and it's like 11 or 11:30 at night. And I'm like, okay, I need to edit that video. That's pretty darn late. And I just don't have the brain cycles to go do that at that time. So that's why, unfortunately, I sit on it from time to time, but I've never felt pressure from anybody. Nobody's ever been like, well, if you don't put out a new content, I'm unsubscribing, which, whatever. But I always feel very good from the community that they just enjoy whatever comes across. And very typical, I think, of people in my situation that are doing this as a hobby. But for those of you that are new, check out some of the older videos. They're not old as in like 10 years old. I just mean within the last year or so. Let's see there. Where was I? And next. Yes, right. It cuts wood from a computer file. That is very cool. It's in Brevard, I think. That was in reference to whatever you were mentioning, Patricia. But yes, Brevard is another beautiful place. We used to camp in Cades Cove every Thanksgiving and wish for snow. 92 got 8 inches. Nothing like Thanksgiving dinner around the fire in Cades Cove on fresh snow. That is great. What a story. That is super cool. Going to head out for the night. Take care, everyone, and have a good week. You as well, Chad Lovelace. Really appreciate you stopping by. Have a great week, and thank you. Stay safe and have a good one. That sounds pretty neat, Todd. We haven't camped down there. Oh, hey, we got Ted and Deborah Harrison here. Hello, Mr. Mountain Man and everyone in the chat. Hello to you as well. Hopefully everything is going well your way. Let us know how you are doing. I have a fitness question for you. Oh, cool. I may be gone before you get to my question, but I'm going to play this tomorrow and listen to it. And okay, I was pausing there because I was like, oh, I missed the question. All right, fitness question I have for you is there any benefit in countertop push-ups? And if so, what are they? So, well, that is a really good question. So let me tell you something about the push-ups. And I may not know the exact answer to this. So I was just talking about this recently. 2 years ago, I was in Gatlinburg after the fires. The gym was not open at the DoubleTree that we were at, but I wanted to keep working out. So I was doing push-ups in the room. And there's a way to simulate the decline press by putting your feet up on a bed and putting your hands down on the floor and doing a push-up. So you guys can see me. This is the bed. This is your feet. And your hands are this. And then you're pushing up like this, okay? Now, that's to simulate an incline press, which does your upper chest. The doing it straight on the floor is for your normal chest. What I was getting at by saying that would be that the angle from leaning against the countertop would be a different angle to help with your chest. I would imagine that would simulate, I'm not sure if that would be decline or which area that would target in the chest. The other thing I could think, I could probably Google this and find out instead of just guessing at this. I love the question. Anybody ever want to ask about fitness stuff, please do. I love this question too. The other thing would be, the reality is you don't have to go all the way to the floor. You know, for some people that might want to build some upper strength in their body, but don't want to go to the floor, you know, they could do that. The other thing is because of the angle you're at and you're lifting, I don't believe, you know, with that angle, you're actually going to be pushing all of your body weight like you would on the floor. Because to me, when I've done countertop push-ups, it seems easier than floor push-ups because that gravity when you're flat is like everything, your whole body weight. Whereas this, you're standing on your feet and it's really kind of pivoting on the upper part of your body. So it seems to be a little bit less strenuous as well. I am now going to Google it and see right here. Apart from that, counter push-ups engage the shoulders, arms, back, and hip. It is the perfect to tone your upper body and muscles. Simple push-ups done on a countertop are a convenient and effective way to strengthen muscles of your chest. Yep, stay on the balls of your feet. Okay, I still don't know. Incline push-ups. Using a wall or table are a great way for beginners to build chest to a table countertop. Okay, hang with me for a second. Counter push-ups versus knee push-ups. Healthy living. Countertop push-up uses waist-high countertop. Position your hands, step your feet, tighten, exhale. Why does it doesn't? Okay. Although effective upper body strength, push-ups are not an easy exercise. The basic push-up with only the feet and hands on the floor is an intermediate to advanced exercise. If you are just beginning your workout routine, recovering from injury, or you're looking at exercise variety, bent knee and countertop push-ups offer a solution. Both types strengthen your upper body, have real rehabilitative benefits, and are performed without equipment. Okay, so my hypothesis and knowledge was not wrong. It as I mentioned, it does seem easier to do countertop push-ups versus being on the floor, and which the article mentioned is a more intermediate to advanced. I know I get fatigued much faster doing a flat floor push-up versus a counter. I wondered about the angle because, again, when you talk about chest muscles, there's incline, decline, and regular bench or pushing off your chest to do the upper, middle, and lower part of the chest. So I didn't know if the angle might have had anything to do with it, but it seems to be mostly for a helping out to make that easier, yet still get your exercise in. Love the question. Great questions tonight. And I hope I didn't bore you guys with that, but the reality is I always committed that when I was on these things that even though, you know, Mr. Mountain Man, I would still be me. And as you all know, I enjoy fitness. And so I really welcome that because I do enjoy that stuff. I get excited about it as well. Let's see. Who else is here? Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. I'm now like 9 minutes behind. I hear North Carolina is getting huge in IT and tech, well toward the cities. Yeah. Triangle Park, Research Park, in Raleigh is a big area. Charlotte, North Carolina, excellent banking, center and hub, Bank of America, and a lot of stuff there. There are excellent jobs for IT and tech overall. This is a tremendous state for that area. How about going to Brevard and vlogging white squirrels there? They are so cute and interesting. I had a white squirrel pass me the other day on a walk right in front of me. I wanted to get a picture, but that little stinker went up in the tree and was up on a branch, and I couldn't get to him. And I mean, I couldn't get a picture. So I will try to capture the white squirrel. What Foxy Wolf might also be mentioning is they have a white squirrel festival every year out in Brevard, and to celebrate the white squirrels. And it's just a neat novelty on it. They're really cool. They have white squirrels in Kenton, Tennessee, over by Memphis too. Yeah, we have a lot here. I remember when we told my grandmother about it, and she's like, I didn't even know they existed. It's really cool. Oh, I didn't go up there. I just saw that the temperature was stayed in the lower elevations. Yeah, I'm like Smoky Mountain hiker. I like to look at those temperatures, but I don't always see what it is. I mean, I don't always go up there. The videos you have are really good, Mr. Mountain Man. Thank you, Larry. Super awesome. Larry has a channel as well. Please check out Living Like Larry. You know, anybody who has a channel here, feel free to promote it always. And if I ever go back on that about promoting people's channels, if even no matter if it's 5 years from now, please call me out on that, because you know, there are some folks, I'm not talking about this community, I'm talking about I could be on some Tool live stream or Disney or something like that, where people don't help promote other channels. Man, just, you know, if you got a channel, you know, I think, you know, I don't know, like, I just like to be like, hey, they got a great channel. If they do, you know, it's awesome. Are you ready for the holidays? I made a comment at the beginning of the live stream that I want to enjoy and savor the next 2 months, because I do enjoy this time of the year. It goes so quickly. 2 months from today, guys, we will be past New Year's Day. Okay, now think about that. If you go back 2 months behind us, that's September the 2nd. So if we didn't talk about this and I asked you all right now, I said, hey guys, how long ago does September the 2nd feel like? I'm guessing, I could be wrong, most of you would go, that seems like a few weeks ago, like when fall started. Doesn't seem that long. Do that forward now. All the holidays are done. It's going to go like that. So I want to enjoy all of it. Let's hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Thank you for mentioning that. If you enjoy it, whatever you guys feel like, that's very polite of you. Can't wait to see the one you were doing on Tail of the Dragon. Yes, I'm excited to do it. And I apologize again. Guys, I'm just tired and fatigued. And it's just, I'm not going to lie. It is tough sometimes. Again, you know, it'll be 11:30, 12 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, now I've got some free time. And it's like, I'm too tired to do that. But nobody here is pushing me, and you guys are all very polite, very nice. And so I want to get them out. I actually have 2 main videos I want to get out, including Tail of the Dragon. And then I have some other ancillary stuff that I've been wanting to do for a long time that I have like in folders that are just saved. So I have content. I got to get to them. You do great videos. Enjoy them. Thank you. I'm humbled, Smoky Mountain hiker. That's very, very polite of you as well. When a fun hobby stops being fun, it's time to look for something else. Right. Hobbies are supposed to be excitement. Like I enjoy the tool side of stuff too. Like my Eclectic Candyman. That's a really fun channel as well. Hey, we got Will and Dawn from Yankee in the South. How are you guys this evening? Are you doing well? I know you're doing well. I did watch your live stream yesterday, but it was after the fact. After it had ended, I watched part of it and went through it. And I tell you what, your studio is looking amazing. All the fanfare that has come in, it's super awesome. You guys have done a great job and excellent videos. I'm sure everybody here knows Will and Dawn from Yankee in the South. If for some reason you don't, please check out their YouTube channel. There is a plethora of content from the Smoky Mountains and surrounding areas, producing videos daily, and basically daily, or if not more, and do a fantastic job. Great to see you guys. It is super awesome to see you. I hope you're doing well. And again, not lip service. I really would like to get together when this craziness gets over, and do something fun. Most things in Kenyon are named white squirrel. Yes. What made you get into fitness? I have enjoyed working out since I was about 13 years old. In fact, I still have some of those weight plates because they don't disintegrate. I don't know if my parents are still here, but we got those when I was a kid. I had a bench down in the basement, and a weight set with a barbell, and I don't know, maybe 150 pounds. A heavy bag that I put in the basement, which I know my mom didn't like, but I had fun. And so I always enjoyed it. And I was into it young, and then in school, and all in my 20s and 30s. I took a short hiatus for a few years because of the hecticness of life and family. And then I got back into it about 5 years ago. I have always liked it. There have been very few periods where I have not been into fitness. I enjoy it. I get a kick out of it. It's, man versus steel, the plates and competitiveness. And it's the type that I enjoy. So I really, yeah, and you do it and you feel great. And it helps get those competitive juices flowing against yourself. And it's easy to do. That's another thing. Like, you don't have to join a club or I mean like a sporting club or group. I mean, you just go sign up and do it, or you do it at home. I mean, I was doing home workouts during COVID. Good night, sweet dreams as always. Until next time. Well, thank you, and great comments today or questions. I really appreciate it. You have some fantastic questions. You're in Cincinnati, you're down there looking for you all. Yes, that's awesome. I glad you guys had a safe trip to Cincinnati and up there to Port Huron as well. Will and Dawn, that was cool. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to run. I did hear your answer about my fitness question, so thank you. You're welcome. You have a great night and a great week as always. Question for Will. For your tools and handyman needs, check out Mr. Mountain Man, the eclectic handyman. Yes. So if I get caught up on the questions here, how bad do you think it will be in the small city and towns? Hey, Charles O'Connor, hope you are doing well and everything is going fine with you. How bad do you think it'll be in the small cities and towns as far as the weather? I don't think it'll be any problem, although Zeta was kind of a mess for some of the other stuff, but thankfully everybody's kind of getting through that. And yes, howdy and hello and welcome to the live stream. So with that, let's get into a couple of traditions here. Let's start out with housekeeping for the week of November the 2nd, 2020. Let's start. So I've already given you one housekeeping note, which is as soon as I can get to it, I will get some more canned videos out to you all. Thank you for your patience. And I still enjoy connecting with you every Monday on the Mr. Mountain Man live stream. And I enjoy our conversations. And I hope you do as well. So let's go over to the, let's see here. Okay, there we go. So what do we have on deck as far as this week? Let me add a little context to the pictures. Of course, you all know I went to Tail of the Dragon. We saw those pictures last week. More to come, some super awesome ones. Excited to show you. There you go, Zeta. What did it bring in? Yes, that line right there, 5 inches of rain. Okay. We didn't thankfully have any flooding, but I know there was some. The good news is it got sunny after all those few days of rain, and that helped dried it up. The Steelers, guys, if you know me, I just had to show it. It was on cloud 9. They won a close game, came down to the last play, 28-24. Go Steelers, super happy. It's not the mountains, but you know what? Loving it. Dinner last night, grilled chicken and corn. Let me tell you something. That chicken was awesome. Those are chicken breasts. And all I did was put lemon pepper seasoning on them. No wet rub, dry season on them. Last minute, thawed them in the microwave. These are like frozen. They were still delicious. Super good. No complaints there. Check that out. The word Snickers from the Halloween candy. I could not get Instagram's kind of picky with the sizing. So anyway, there we go. We got enough of the candy to spell out the word Snickers. And check this out. You got to love the mountains. Look at these 3 deers right there. Actually, there were like 4. And that was really cool seeing all the deer right there. Well, let's see if anybody commented on any of those. Oh, let me answer this question quickly. Do you pretty much eat what you want, or do you limit certain things? This is in reference to the fitness. So in reference to the fitness, I pay attention to what I eat, but I am not religious about a perfect diet. You guys want examples? Last night, I ate a piece of pumpkin cheesecake pie that was like this big. Okay. That's a big piece if you're seeing right here. Okay. I had pizza on Papa John's on Halloween night. I used to go to Golden Corral like once a week. So yeah, I eat a lot of food. Now I do keep up with the working out to try to curtail some of that diet. And I also do have balance. There'll be other nights where I'll have chicken with broccoli and avocado, or like Chipotle, eat there, a bit because it's on the healthier side. Or fish and sweet potatoes and broccoli or something, whatever. So there's the good with the bad, but I am not like super down lean on percentage because I don't mind the mass because of the muscle. So yes, I do pay attention, but I also, people call them cheat meals. I just call them, I'm enjoying myself. Faye says time change is hitting me. Good night, all. Good night to you as well, Faye. And actually, I always been friends with Faye for a bunch of years. I think about Faye was one of the people that I did know that was susceptible to the time change. And so, yeah, one of those people with the body clock, unlike me. Yes, Mr. Mountain Man on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Mountain_man. And that is the handle. I also have a banner here that has that. There they are if you want to follow about some of this stuff. Other thing over here on the window, Eclectic Handyman. This is my other YouTube channel. You do not need to watch this if you do not want to. I'm kind of big into like Craftsman USA made tools, which are no longer for the last 8 to 10 years. I will blurt off my tongue really quickly. Stanley Black & Decker bought the Craftsman brand many years ago. And because of pressure from places like Harbor Freight and other discounted tool manufacturers, all of it had to be made overseas. I have nothing against that. I just, growing up and that it was the USA made tools, I kind of have this, I don't want to call it a hobby because I use the tools, but I do collect the missing pieces that I desired for my tool set that are new, what are called new older stock Craftsman, which means NOS. So I have a bunch of videos on that. And I also have videos on actually fixing stuff. You got, what do we got here? Brakes and a weed whacker and suspension and batteries and alternators and lights in the house and turn signal bulbs and thermostats and who knows what else. That's what you call a weekend warrior. So yeah, anyway, if you like that kind of thing, check that out. All right, cool. Let's see. Did anybody say, Todd was mentioning about working on a museum hangar construction a couple years ago. It's incredible. Artifacts are not yet in display. Oh, cool. Oh, wait, I missed one up here. Take his grill away and he would starve. I know. Every week, rain, snow, shine, cold, whatever, I do try to grill. Yeah, I must have missed a comment about the hangar. But anyway, that's super cool. All right, so let me go over to the news and notes of the week. November the 2nd, 2020. I don't have a whole ton here this week, but I do have a couple of good articles that I will think spawn some conversation that you guys will find interesting. So it is loading up here. And I do have a question for you regarding one of these articles here. So if you bear with me so that I can get this going here in a second or two. I'm moving as fast as I can. And present. Banner off. All right. First article, owner of Asheville Mall and other shopping centers across Carolinas file for bankruptcy. All right. So from the article, and then I have some questions for you all. 2 mall operators filed for bankruptcy protection Monday, hurt by the coronavirus pandemic that has forced their tenants to permanently close stores or not pay rent. Both companies, CBL and Pennsylvania Real Estate Investment Trust, said their malls will remain open as they go through the bankruptcy process. CBL owns Asheville Mall along with other shopping centers across North and South Carolina. Even before the virus, malls have struggled to attract shoppers who are increasingly shopping online or elsewhere. But the pandemic forced many of them to temporarily close for months. Mall tenants, which operators rely on for rent payments, are also stressed. Some are going bankrupt and closing stores such as department store chain J.C. Penney. The 2 bankruptcies come just before the crucial holiday shopping season. With reported coronavirus cases rising, malls will need to limit crowds during what is traditionally their busiest time of the year. At the same time, big retailers that don't have to close during the pandemic, such as Amazon, Target, and Walmart, are benefiting as they push people to shop online. 10 things I want to say about this story. First of all, you guys know me so well. Guess what? I'm watching a documentary, surprise, surprise, on Amazon about, actually, I've watched them for years already on YouTube about closing malls and the history of things going down the drain, like Sears and Kmart and blah, 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 blah. But I'm watching this documentary. It's about the Jesper Mall. I believe it's in Alabama. The name of the documentary is, let me pull it up. It's called Jasper Mall. It's from 2020. And it's, it's kind of sad, like the decline of the mall. So the question for you all is, do you all still, minus the pandemic, shop at malls? Like when I was growing up, the mall was the place to be. I mean, at Christmas time, you couldn't find a parking spot. It was the place to go. This is pre-Facebook and social media, so there wasn't that connectivity at home. You had to actually go see people, and the mall was the place to be. And you'd window shop, and you had everything. You had KB toy stores, and you had video games and CD record outlets, and Sears. You get your Craftsman tools. You had JCPenney and all kinds of stuff. It was awesome. And then the mall has become kind of a relic because a lot of us shop in different ways. I do a lot of Amazon shopping. I'm sure you all do as well. If you have to go drive somewhere 30 minutes, park, walk into the mall, pay probably 10% to 20% more, or you can click a couple buttons on your computer and get it delivered to your house for free. Which one are you going to pick? If you have a busy life, there's no question you're going to pick the shopping online route. If you're not, and you have leisure time, you might be making an event out of it. But malls are becoming a thing of the past. What I do think are still very popular are, and if any of our Tennessee crew is still here, either Will or Don or Smoky Mountain Hiker or anybody else, are venues like the Island, where it's an outdoor experience. So you've taken the mall and you've opened it up, and you add amusement into it, and you add the smells and sights of the mountains and things like that. Now that's a double-edged sword because when that happens, you can also be subject to inclement weather, which can hurt business. That's why indoor malls, you park and you go inside and you don't have to worry about that. So that's an interesting factor on it. But I do think the outdoor venues have not struggled nearly as much as the traditional enclosed mall. I can't speak for areas like Minnesota, which has the Mall of America, and others. I do know that there are struggling tenants there as well. But when it's 0 degrees outside, you're not going to be in an open air mall. Nobody's going to want to walk around outside. So I guess it depends where you are. But, it's a tough deal when you're in a space like here in kind of this medium zone where, we have an outlet mall here in Asheville as well. That's a little different style of shopping, but do you go to the mall? Do you still go to the mall? Do you still shop at the mall, or do you prefer online shopping? I have a feeling that, the sign, the writing is on the wall. It started with what they call the anchor stores. Your anchor stores are the big ones that were the anchors at the mall. Your Sears, your Dillard's, your Penny's, your Belk, those large stores, the cost for the square footage, they can't make it worth, how much it costs anymore. And so all these companies are going into bankruptcy. And, if they don't have a strong online presence or they put all their eggs in the basket, you're actually going to some malls now and you'll see those anchor stores turn into like random things like a school. Like seriously, like it'll be like some charter school or some business that's not, part of the mall, like a company will buy it. They're having to do something with that space because the mall owners, it seems like it's a dying thing, the mall. Let me see if you guys commented on anything here. Yes, I feel most malls were going out before COVID, really. And that's what the article mentioned as well. Smoky Mountain Hiker, is that this was already a thing in the making. One of the things I found interesting about the demise of Kmart, see, Kmart bought Sears, but they took the Sears name because Sears had the bigger brand, the more recognizable brand. But one of the worst things that happened with Kmart was one of the biggest retailers in the country, even like bigger than Walmart, where they were really gobbling up in the late 90s other big box stores. I can't remember if it was Sports Authority and Office Max, like 2 or 3, and they all died. Then comes the 2000s, the .coms, Amazon, and everything else, and just put these places out of business. And so a lot of these people just didn't position themselves well to the modern era of shopping. And so I still think it's an event to go with the family and do shopping. But if you look at a lot of the popular places, like if you go down to Florida and look at Disney Springs, that's an outdoor entertainment venue of mixed retail and dining, just like the island at Pigeon Forge. So you're not talking about a food court with a Wendy's and a Sbarro's. You're talking about nice dining restaurants mixed with shopping, entertainment. And so it's a diverse, collection. It's a thing to go to. It seems like that's happening. Yes, the malls around here were hurting long before COVID. And in Central Ohio, they had a place when I was growing up called the City Center. It was an amazing mall, smack dab in downtown Columbus. And I don't know, 10, 15 years later, done, gone, closed, and bulldozed. It was incredible. The internet shopping has taken over. And like me, living in the middle of no place, I rely on internet. Yeah. And that has strengthened that cause. It was a hangout in school. It was for me. That's what I meant. Like growing up, my friends and I, we would, like 13 years old, we would have our parents drive us to the mall, drop us off for a few hours. I mean, if we could do that on Friday or Saturday night, that was the thing to do. I don't think anybody these days is doing that. Everything's online. Internet sales have hit brick and mortar stores pretty hard. They have. So like this Asheville mall, when we first moved here, Sears was still open, and then it closed almost directly after we got here. I even get all my pet food and treats from the internet. Chewy, yeah, I've ordered from Chewy and Pet Meds and some of the others. I enjoy shopping at the malls, inside malls, and strip malls. I just like to see things in person. I see, that's the thing, Rita. I do too. I think there's something still to, like you can buy a car online, but you still got to go see it for what it's like. So I guess it depends on the product. Like sometimes I still like to go to Best Buy and see what I'm buying before I buy it. Sometimes I can just make the purchase online. By the way, again, you guys might enjoy that documentary. It is a documentary, though. It's not like high entertainment value. It's just really crazy to see the decay of the mall. It's kind of sad to watch how it happens. We go to the mall occasionally using Columbus to Polaris. Yeah, even the one in Sandusky on the lake is dying. Inside, we're great for people watching. Yeah, people watching. Some people would go to the mall early in the morning and walk. It's just things that people aren't doing anymore. Not the major malls with like Sears or JCPenney. Now the little ones in here in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, I have been to some. Yes. I don't even know if they have a big mall like that. Do they? Did they even have a mall like that in Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge? Like back in the 80s, did they have a traditional mall? They had that one place that has the, I don't know if Will's here or not. You might know, William, but where they have that bungee jump, I'm totally describing this. They have that new thing that like the bungee that jumps you up in the air, that ride. There's a strip center behind that. And if I recall correctly, that strip center was the remnants of a mall that had like a Belk or something. So maybe there was a mall. I don't know. I'm stretching here. I might be wrong. Anymore, not a fan of crowds. Yeah. So my conversation mostly on the mall thing was probably sans pandemic, which I know is hard to say in 2020, but yeah, I these days I wouldn't be probably hanging out on an inside mall. Gangs are so bad down here, it's dangerous to go out the mall. Yeah, unfortunately, I think there was an era where it was like the masses were so much there that it wasn't a problem. But as the malls began to decay, loitering became a bigger problem. And I think with that, the crime increased as well. The Mansfield Mall turned into an anchor store into a hospital. That's interesting. Is that Mansfield, Ohio? Love going to City Center. Yeah, that was big deal when I was like in junior high and stuff. I mean, that was the place to go. Of course, a major mall is either in Maryville or Knoxville. Okay, so not really worth the drive for me anyway. Do you know if Turkey Creek is still thriving? I'm not sure. Yes, that used to be a mall. That thing that I was roughly describing was a mall. So yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. They're all going through bankruptcy and they'll get the bankruptcy protection, but we'll just have to wait and see how they fare. Next up, I have one more article. Yeah, so there we go. Ho, 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 ho. Carowinds down there, they actually do have an event. Do all parks now? You guys know that everybody like copied Epcot with Food and Wine Festival, and now everybody has these tasting events. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be original, but every single park has something like this now. But that's not what the article is about. The article is about that Carowinds actually has something. As you all know, Carowinds, the theme park on the North Carolina, South Carolina border in Charlotte, has been closed all year due to the pandemic. But from the article, happy holidays, y'all. Savor the holidays flavors at Carowinds. Taste of the season, an outdoor holiday food festival. Sample tempting treats with your tasting card and make magical family memories safely on select days from November 21st to December the 20th. Limited capacity, so you reserve your spots when available. Our Christmas event is an outdoor dining experience with a sleigh full of family activities. Purchase a tasting card to choose among 30 samples of holiday sweets and savories. Feast your eyes on dazzling holiday decor, enjoy seasonal shows, and wrap up your Christmas shopping. What's more, select family rides are open to deliver the ear-to-ear smiles and belly laughs you can always count on from Carowinds. We are so thrilled to welcome you back. We want you to enjoy your holiday event and feel safe when visiting. So they have an extensive reopening plan, new processes, and they're all into this together. And we'll have an amazing time at Carowinds this holiday season. Capacity is limited, and reservations are required to secure your spots when available. That sounds awesome. I don't know if I'll do it or not. I've never been there for that, but pretty cool, right? Like that would be pretty fun. I'm glad that they're able to make something happen now and get into it. And so I hope to see Carowinds thrive with some holiday season stuff, and some folks will be able to get out and enjoy the parks safely. Let me go back to that and wrap up. There's your weather. There's your 7-day forecast for the Asheville, Western North Carolina area. Check out the highs and lows. We got highs 49, 61, 65, 66, 68, 67, 66. Look at today. It's the coldest because by the end of the week, Saturday and Sunday, the lows are in the mid 50s. Somewhere in between, I think, is the normal for the year. Actually, I think like Thursday, I think that's a typical day no, it's a little cooler than that. I think Wednesday, 65, 38. That's probably right on average for this time of the year. So anyway, there you have it. That is the stop screen showing. That is the news and notes for the week of November the 2nd, 2020. Let's see. What other ones did I miss here? Yes, Mansfield, Ohio. It was a Dillard's on the end. It is now a nice hospital. If history repeats itself, my grandparents ordered a lot of things for the catalog and would have food delivered to the house, right? Things always go in circles. And you're right. We will have to wait and see. I do think Amazon, this goes without saying. They're a force to be reckoned with. They have been for forever. This is nothing new. It's just, they are dominant. I don't know statistically when the last time there's been a company that's that, polarizing to, our shopping experience and whatnot. But it's pretty impressive that Walmart and Target have been able to hang in there. Kings Island has Winterfest, which is really good. I think it's been canceled this year due to COVID. Yeah. So they're all in that, Cedar Fair Entertainment. So it's interesting why one might do something versus the other. This is the taste of the season that they had there. Not necessarily like their full-on winter thing, and it sounds like capacity will be limited, but it sounds like it could be kind of fun. I haven't been to Carowinds in a while, so you never know. Probably give it a couple more minutes here and then call it an evening. I really enjoyed the conversation today. Does anybody have any last-minute questions, comments, or things they want to say before I cut out for the week? Again, things are going well. Let me see here. Try to see if I had any other messages from you all. This StreamYard is a little bit on delay sometimes, so it like goes silent, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, and then like 5 come in all at once. I think if there was anything else. Sometimes I think during the week I'm like, oh, I got to mention that on the live stream. I got to mention this on the live stream. Yeah, I guess that's it, folks. That's a face. Hey, did you guys like the picture of the mustache? I think I showed that last week. That was pretty cool. The big old wide earp. Yeah, we talked about that last week. I think Walmart and Target will last because they don't overprice like the mall stores. Yes, and they've been doing a good job diversifying with their apps and their pickup. We use the Walmart pickup now, which is free, so we can order and then not have to go to the store. The whole way of shopping is changing. Just thanks for the great format, Mr. Mountain. Todd, that means a lot because, I do question. I don't want to say I question. I wonder sometimes. I enjoy doing the conversation that we have. So it's just good to be validated that if you are enjoying it as well. I appreciate that. Have a great week. Keep up the good work, Mr. Mountain Man. You rock. No, you rock. You guys all rock are awesome. Yeah, I like the mustache. Thanks, Niger. That was pretty cool. Actually, my beard right now, I need to shave it a little. I mean, trim it. I use a beard trimmer. And yeah, it was a cool mustache. Yep, straight out of Tombstone. Yeah, that was my old Wyatt Earp. And so, hey, real quick before I go, how was the audio and video? I have to check the gain here. Is the audio rich? Like, was it overdone? Does it sound good? And how was the video tonight too? Not much I can do about it. I wanted to ask. Yeah, cool on the mustache. Maybe I should do it again. Everyone, please have a safe and wonderful week. Stay alert and stay alive. Hope to see you all back next Monday. Great live stream. Yes. Everybody, do go out and vote. That's our civic responsibility. So make sure, I voted early, and I'll tell you what, that was the way to go. My whole life, I've been out on like election day and stuff like that. My goodness, I went early. It was awesome. There was no line. Wow, was that cool. I don't think I'll ever vote on voting day again. I voted early, so it was really cool. I highly recommend that. It's too late to vote early now because tomorrow's last day, but vote early, save from the crowds. Good night, everyone. Have a great week. Audio and video was good. Thank you for that report. I appreciate that. I thought audio sounded great. Thank you. I'm checking. When you guys see me look over here, I'm looking at my setup. Always look forward to Monday night. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And that is why I do show up. I'm not going to lie. Some Mondays I feel a little fatigued. And then I say, you know what? I really want to get on there because I want to say hello to everybody. Yeah, take care. See you next week. Both audio and video was really good. Thank you. Good to know. I always get worried too because I go on and I rewatch, the first few minutes of the live stream, and it's like it looks like I'm broadcasting from the moon. I'm like, nobody's going to want to watch that. But usually what happens, even if for you guys, if you catch up, if you watch it later, if you see the first couple minutes kind of grainy, it's like YouTube irons itself out and then it gets really nice for the rest of it. So make sure to hit the thumbs up on your way up. If you're not, I really appreciate that. Again, thank you to the moderators and everybody. Thank you for the great conversation. Everybody, stay safe. Have a great and wonderful week. Enjoy the fall. And until next time, this is Mr. Mountain Man saying good night, everyone, and take care. We'll see you later.